Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 3. Let's restart this and get this all underway again. Last Refuge 1.3, Lin versus 120, as we see Lin spawning as the red orc on the bottom left-hand side of Last Refuge. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we have 120 spawning as the yellow Undead. Undead versus Orc. One of those classic matchups where a lot of players feel like Undead has... And Undead seems to be a little bit of the weaker race, but players like 120 really starting to flip that script just a bit, as we are looking at, well, most likely a Death Knight versus Blade Master matchup. Really like the game so far that we've played. We've seen 120 play the game in a non-traditional way, much more in line and in tune with timing and strategies of that nature, pushing forth with that Death Knight to do a bit of harassment in game number 1 and basically stealing a game that many players feel that Turtle Rock is just too orc favored. That timing on that attack was absolutely perfect, heavy on the Crypt Fiends, allowing him to take down orc burrows even though he was going up against a tri-hero orc. Now, what did Lin counteract with? Lin counteracted with a Tauren Chieftain as his second hero, and then using Stomp incredibly well. Stomp has a 5-second stun, and those Crypt Fiends being out of the battle for that long really just drops the DPS of that entire Undead army. Yes, that Tauren Chieftain does get himself into very sticky situations, but he does generally have a large amount of hit points, more so with the Pure Up of Vitality in game number 2. And with that, was able to absorb a lot of damage and then be able to dish out some of his own once the Blade Master was, well, taken out of the fight, and the Tauren Chieftain could be microed just a bit more. Now, what's going to be unfolding here in game number 3 as the Death Knight is already out on the field? He has a Rod of Necromancy. Most likely, do we have any sort of dead skeletons along the way? I don't see it as of yet. Not quite sure where the Death Knight is really traveling off to now, as the Blade Master getting a little bit of a jump in play, as we now see, well, there is a skeletal minions, and now going after this 4-3-2 creep camp. Very important to try and take down this Forest Troll healer. If you can take him down, or the Forest Troll High Priest, excuse me, if you can take him out, then he doesn't heal nearly as much, and if he doesn't heal nearly as much, that's just really beneficial there, as the Forest Troll Trappers were pretty much healed back up to full. Yes, they do have normal armor, meaning that they take 50% bonus damage from the attacks of the Acolytes and the skeletal minions here. Alright, one skeletal minion halfway on life. Blade Master or Grunt may be able to deal some of those killing blows there, as the Blade Master wandering around here. Blade Master currently sitting at level 1 at 144 experience, as the Death Knight now heads off to the north. Alright, Wand of Illusion, nice use there in order to tank a little bit of that damage, as the Blade Master is going to be nearby going after the skeletal minions. Pretty much free experience right now, as the Death Knight gets in a killing blow there. Alright, Blade Master probably wanted to wait on that attack on that skeletal minion, and instead accidentally dealt a blow that did not give him experience. Now, what is the next follow-up play? Crypt Fiends could be pulling aggro onto these Ogre Warriors. Skeletal Minion's going to scout this out and check it out. Will the Blade Master be able to finish this off? That's the big question. Down to 62, 27 experience. Level 2 now on that Blade Master, as he picks up a big Claws of Attack +6. Those Claws of Attack +6 now gives him +8 attack between the Circlet of Nobility. He does also have Gloves of Haste, so the items are looking extremely good. You could not ask for better items at this stage in the game for Lin, unless you wanted to be greedy. Blade Master now wandering around off cross here. Death Knight getting in some quick kills there, and now 120 does have a lot of work to do if he wants to take down Lin in this matchup. Alright, Forest Troll Trapper getting zoned out of play. You can see that the Blade Master is trying to get in some shots right there. It looks as though, yes, that Blade Master was not able to stick around that fight, taking far too much damage, as he now does back away once again. There is no Dust of Appearance. Wand of Illusion now wandering around again. Death Knight down across over here. Blade Master may try to poke its head inside and not be able to really get anywhere near these units. Now back off to the north here, you can see that the Death Knight illusion is just keeping track of these grunts as the Death Knight and the Crypt Fiends are looking for. Well, are they really going after this particular creep camp? I would not believe so. That's a rather difficult creep camp to clear out by yourself. Another 5-3-3 creep camp would work out if you can get down that Ogre Magi fast enough and you have those skeletal minions absorb some of that damage. Blade Master over here at the shop, he has picked up a potion of greater mana from that Ogre Magi, and that item may be given to the Shadow Hunter, or it could actually be a Tauren Chieftain. No, it is going to be a Shadow Hunter, but we are going to Fortress, something that you do not see very often in this particular matchup. We do see the Bestiary already coming into play, as ensnares were incredibly important in game number 2. Now, where will we be looking at another expansion attempt from Lin? Lin won game number 2 because of his superior economy. He was able to get up to a larger army, get taxed a little bit, but trade efficiently, and then win that war of attrition because he just always was able to replenish his units that much more quickly. Death Knight now wandering back across here, getting into harm's way. Will we see a Hex though? Yes, we do. And are we going to see a Death Coil go down? No, a little bit late right there as the Blade Master finishes off a Crypt Fiend. So far, Lin is playing an incredible game. 120 has a lot of work to recover if he is going to come back into this game. So far as we're looking at, well, down across here, Fortress, 2/3 of the way completed, and will we be looking at another Tauren Chieftain tri-hero orc combination? That is not something you see very, very often, but that is something that we've seen throughout this matchup, and that has been one of the key instruments in allowing Lin to take game number 2 away from 120, even though 120 did stop that orc burrow earlier on in game number 2. Blade Master clearing off this creep camp here. Skeletal minion, is it going to be able to steal that last shot? No, it does not. Blade Master gets that experience and may actually get level 3 and level 2 onto the Shadow Hunter. That's got to be absolutely heart-wrenching for that Death Knight. Death Knight just shy as the Lich. Well, there's Frost Armor right there as the Blade Master may try and engage. Are we going to be looking at, what are we looking at now? The Blade Master is nearby. Dust of Appearance charges are ready to go. Going to be going after these Forest Troll Trappers here. As we see Dust of Appearance Blade Master now wandering around. There should be some attacks going down. Skeletal minions taking another Windwalk strike there, taking a little bit more damage as the Shadow Hunter is getting in some one-on-one creeping time with the remainder of those grunts. That Shadow Hunter sitting at level 2. If it gets to level 3, we are going to be having level 2. Wait, did we steal the item? No, I do not. But, well, he could have stolen the item. Was it a Circle of Nobility? I could not tell fast enough. It looks as though, yes, the Blade Master looks like he stole the item. Now up to plus 10 attack. A second Circle of Nobility is not something you would normally see a Blade Master purchase for himself. Blade Master still wandering around down across over here. It looks as though the strategy now is going to be for the Shadow Hunter and the Blade Master to get higher level and be able to out-creep his opponent, as opposed to in the previous game try and take the economic advantage. I could be wrong though, as 5 peons are now making their way across the southern portion of the map. Rock Golem now taken down. Those Raiders taking a little bit of damage as well. Forest Troll Priest doing a bit of healing as these units will get taken out. Okay, this is just a bit of long distance mining. Not quite sure why you would long distance mine unless you had those extra peons and didn't need the lumber. Alright, what is going to be happening here? It looks as, well, Tauren Chieftain is now out on the field. Tiny Great Hall is going to be constructed, and now a Pit Lord is added. Alright, Pit Lord, one of those heroes. You can get Howl of Terror, and Howl of Terror is then easily... Oh, cancellation. If you cancel it, does it go back? Oh my gosh, he canceled the Tiny Great Hall. He may have gotten a little bit of gold back. I'm not 100% sure if the gold is given back if you cancel. It does not look like it. And that was an absolute mistake right there. losing that economic, all of that gold in just a moment. I'll have to double check for you guys, or you guys can probably let me know. I've never actually canceled a tiny great haul in a game, so I'm not 100% sure. Shadowhunter in the midst of a lot of action, trying to get away, down to 33 hit points, down to 35, gets hit down to 24 hit points and is now healing up. Tauren Chieftain comes in with a big stomp, slowing a lot of things down. Crypt Fiends are now trying to fight back and forth. A healing wave does go across multiple units as the lightning orb purges a Crypt Fiend, almost taking him down. Pit Lord comes across in, gets stomped. Howl of Terror, and we could see Devour Magic. Yes, Devour Magic purposely removing the Howl of Terror in order to be able to heal those destroyers and get in more damage. That is how the Howl of Terror is often used in this matchup, as a Crypt Fiend almost gets taken down, and it looks like he could get focused down here still. Alright, still looking at a big fight here. Blade Master with currently plus 16 attack, and that is with the Howl of Terror. Alright, no Howl of Terror. The Kodo Beast has been taken down. So far, that big attack not working out in favor here, as the Blade Master now trying to get away. He normally has plus 19 attack between the Claws of Attack, Boots of Quel'Tha Loss, and that Orb of Lightning. Some strange or large bit of damage as that Blade Master now heading back home. Crypt Fiend getting caught in transit here, could get taken out. Let's take a look at what's going to be happening here, as the Blade Master trying to fight down that Crypt Fiend again. Blade Master in a bit of trouble, needs to wind walk away, as the Death Knight coming back here. Alright, units very, very smart and being able to keep track of what is happening here, as it looks as though the units are getting separated from the rest of the army. So far though, Destroyer could get taken down. Death Knight does have plenty of mana, could land an easy Death Coil, as the Shadowhunter does not have enough mana for that healing wave. No Clarity Potions, that is going to be a big problem, as the Tauren Chieftain, well, he could throw down a Stomp, yes he does, to try and separate a bit of distance, but he does not have the Endurance Aura and will not be able to get away. Tauren Chieftain gets felled by his own Shadowhunter. Alright, things are actually looking up and up after that last fight from 120. Losing that Great Hall, that tiny Great Hall, and not being able to go into the economic game definitely favors 120 now, as Lin needs to figure out what his follow-up play is going to be. 120 being very, very sure to keep track of all of those units and not get them caught in transit. And that was a big play, as the Tauren Chieftain was running back off to north here. Healing Wave does go down, healing up those Raiders. Once again, we're looking at 44 over 50 supply compared to 50 over 50, getting in an additional Crypt Fiend, and now adding in a Sacrificial Pit. The follow-up play would be Frostworms here in just a moment, as the Pit Lord gets to level 2. I don't know if what the cleave animation is, if he does get a higher level cleave, as the Blade Master quickly comes in to clean up one of those obsidian statues, and the Tauren Chieftain gets in a beautiful, beautiful stomp. Alright, Devour quickly heals that unit back up, as the Raiders taking down another obsidian statue, but the Tauren Chieftain falls once again. Level 1 Tauren Chieftain falls again. That is rather expensive, but they do resurrect very, very fast, as the Death Knight still leading the charge here. Will he be able to get in that damage and finish off all of these units? Let's see, a Raider Ensnare does go down. It looks as though the Kodo Beast could get taken out right there. A bit of splash damage going across, as the units are still fighting once again. Alright, Blade Master finishes off a Destroyer, the Orb of Lightning, and that plus 19 damage. So powerful, and it is still anyone's game. Blade Master now needs to slip away. Back down across here, 44 over 50 compared to 48 over 50. Blade Master, if it can pick off a handful of units, would be very, very powerful once again. If that Blade Master gets to level 5, level 3 Critical Strike, or level 3 Windwalk, both adding in large amounts of damage. Pit Lord now looking to go ahead and head across over here. Yes, there's that cleave animation attacking multiple units. You can see small damage being splashed around across multiple units here, as the Ogre Lord will get taken out. Dust of Appearance does not reveal the Blade Master, as the Shadowhunter takes the Shade takes a bit of damage here. Obsidian Statue also healing back up with the help of Blight. Blight is Unholy Aura is currently sitting only at level 1, so we do have Death Pact on that Death Knight. Death Pact on the Death Knight allows him to sacrifice units, deny experience, and heal back up. As we see, is that Claws of Attack? plus 12. That's Claws of Attack plus 12. All right, Tauren Chieftain now with Claws of Attack plus 12. Blade Master at a 40 minimum damage. And Happy thinking what I'm thinking. OMG. 40 base damage, and that is currently without a Kodo Beast. That damage is absolutely astronomical. And if that Blade Master does get to level 5, it may come down to how lucky that Blade Master is in proccing critical strikes to determine who is going to win this game. Alright, we still do not see Frostworms at all. Blade Master going after a couple of ghouls. Ghoul, 243 critical strike right there. And now the Blade Master going after a Ziggurat. The Ziggurat is taking a lot of damage, gonna get destroyed. Dust of Appearance, Potion of Invulnerability may need to be used in order to get out. That is not what he wants to use it on. Windwalk, is he going to be able to get away? It looks like he's down to 183 hit points, and he will be able to escape. Back down across here, Shadowhunter is purposely healing back up, has plenty of mana ready to go. And this Blade Master is an absolute nightmare. I cannot believe the items that are on that Blade Master right now. He now has plus Warsong Battle Jumps, 39 damage. All right, so that minimum damage, the minimum damage on that Blade Master is currently 70. So the low end of a critical strike is 210 damage. That is absolutely ridiculous. But will it be enough? Picks up a Potion of Healing, sells the Gloves of Haste. Interesting choice there to add a little bit more longevity onto that Blade Master, as he does also use a Clarity Potion to heal up. It looks as though some units will get taken down there. Poor Peon getting caught in midfield as the Blade Master, well, newfound thrill for life, wants to go after these units. All right, 70 damage already being dealt. We do not see a critical strike go down yet. Still no critical strike. Healing Wave, 174 critical strike going down. However, we see the Book of Wind, the army just dealing so much damage here. No Dispel Magic, no Spirit Walkers, as the Blade Master without a Spirit Walker has taken far too much damage. The Troll Berserkers now trying to retreat back away. The Tauren Chieftain down to 190 hit points. Death Coil and the Cleave finishes off the Tauren Chieftain again. Raiders are now trying to retreat once more. Blade Master, what is he going to do? Picks up another Potion of Invulnerability, and we have not been seeing the high critical strikes that we need to be seeing. Howl of Terror has reduced a lot of damage. Now going after the Obsidian statue here. Potion of Healing, trying to go after the units. Is he going to be able to finish it off? He decides not to use a Potion of Invulnerability to finish off that Obsidian statue, as it does turn into a destroyer and now healed back up with a critical strike. All right, I think we are seeing Lin getting Blade Master happy, and that is the problem. You cannot focus too much on one unit in this game, as the Blade Master is currently revealed. I do not believe the Blade Master realizes that there is a shade nearby, as the units are all just running around. 120 is winning the army fight, even though the Blade Master has all the items he could possibly want. There is the Absorb Mana right away, adding in more to the destroyers, as the Blade Master now heads back off to the north. We are looking at 63 over 70 supply compared to 49 over 60. And the sheer size of 120's army may be the difference here. Not having Spirit Link, not having a way to keep that Blade Master alive is coming back to haunt. But at the same time, if you do have Spirit Link, those destroyers would just eat it up in an instant. Alright, there's that Howl of Terror. There's a big stomp going across multiple units. Blade Master is trying to fight back here. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability now being used as he is fighting his way through. Alright, doing a lot of damage. Kodo Beast gets healed back up once more, fighting in the backfield. Blade Master isn't going to be able to finish off any of those units, as we see a quick Hex go down. Blade Master could get Death Coiled, and he falls. Level 4 Blade Master, the majority of that damage, and this could be the end of it here, as the Kodo Beast tries to go onto the high ground only to fall as well. This is not looking good. Orc army looked absolutely unstoppable for so long, and now 120 able to get back into this game. This Howl of Terror feeding all of those destroyers for so long. And well, what is going to be happening next? Orc army getting absolutely split up with the rest of his units here. Are we going to see some units caught in transit? No, they are purposely heading back, as we now have the Orc army, or the Orc base, having to deal with the Undead army here. I do not. Do we have a? Yes, we do have a Scroll of Town Portal on the Death Knight. He has the get out of jail free card if he does end up overcommitting. As we see the skeletal minions going after some peons now. All right, here's a big fight. Blade Master does not have that much mana. He's trying to heal. He's trying to stay alive. He does take down one Crypt Fiend, but he is taking far too much damage. That negative armor, level 5 on the Death Knight, and there is the GG. A beautiful, beautiful game played by 120, overcoming the odds and playing with the stronger army and knowing when to go into low upkeep as opposed to Lin. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 3 in the series. 120 beating Lin in Group D of the Ting Invitational.